Impressive. You made it through.
Your leg.
Well, I was caught off guard while fighting those Necros.
Do you need any help?
Don't worry. Losing an arm or leg is common for hunters. Besides, I was planning on getting an augmented leg anyway. Ah, crap. Do you have any mud balls on you? Much better now. Thank you, mate. Seriously, this stuff tastes like hell. I'm Vikas, a hunter from the Hunters Guild. What's your name?
Arissa.
All right, all noted. The trophies on my side? Well, feel free to take them all.
What about you?
Don't worry about me. My peers will take me back to the guild. What happened? Lost your way? You'll need to turn back if you want to get to the city center.
Where does this path lead?
Withered Forest, where the Hunters Guild is located. Not where you're headed.
Hunters Guild. What do you hunt?
Well, I know it's hard to believe, but we hunt Necros. Though, with our casualties, it feels more like the Hunted Guild. Every time we take down a Necro, we lose 6 or 7 hunters. Most of us end up getting killed for nothing. Our only advantage is in the numbers. But anyway, that's a boring place. All right. I should save my breath. You better get going. All right. I should save my breath. You better get going. All right.
Arissa? Didn't expect to run into you here.
Hello. Castina.
Look here. The same tracks as before. I've already located a dozen of them. As I suspected, the Undernet has spread throughout the entire city.
Undernet?
Well, that's what I call these caverns. They're like a constantly shifting network that connects every corner of Havenswell. These tunnels open and close randomly, making it impossible for anyone to track the Necros' movements.
It's hard to believe.
Yeah, I know. It sounds crazy that the Necros are hiding beneath the entire city and constantly changing their cavern network. However, it's the most plausible explanation for their behavior so far. If we can find an open cavern, we can enter the Undernet and gather information. But an open cave would mean a huge swarm of Necros coming out. That'll definitely be a brutal battle. Even so, it's worth a shot.
Worth a shot?
The Necros have been wreaking havoc, posing a grave threat to both humans and our kind. Unless we find a way to wipe out those Necros, Havenswell will always be in danger. But of course, it's just a fancy excuse. I'm doing this to satisfy my curiosity.
Curiosity.
Exactly. Curiosity is what keeps us Bladers going. We don't age or die. How are we supposed to spend eternity if we lose interest in everything?
Branches.
Restoring branches is important, of course. But one day, you'll get bored of the same old tasks. It's more exciting to chase after your own target. Don't you think? Well, you'll find your own target someday. Well, you'll...
It's a pleasure to meet you again, Seeker of the Branch. Now that you have discovered this message, you must be in the depths of Havenswell.
Asteria.
As you're aware, the Church and the Necros are the dominant forces in Havenswell, possessing power that surpasses that of humans. However, they are not undefeatable to Bladers. If they stand in your way, don't hold back. Use all your strength to defeat them. May the branch guide your path.
back, Arissa. Please, get some rest. You're still heading back to the city, right? Please.
Oh, it's you again. Feel... Nothing catches your eye?
Power output was a bit too high. Well, sorry about the embarrassment. I'm a Dremelec. I'm a scholar and, well, the doctor of this area. This is my assistant.
Greetings, stranger. I'm Assis.
A doctor?
While everyone calls me that, I don't really treat people. I just replace prosthetics for those who have lost their arms or legs. I wonder if you are... Oh, wait. Can't believe I've met two bladers in one day. So, what's her name?
Arissa.
Arissa. A nice name indeed.
What are you doing here?
Well, just working on a simple barrier generator.
And a makeshift one.
Shut up, you pesky brat. You must have run into hordes of Necros on your way here, right? They not only prey humans, but also cause trouble for the Church. Normally, a Night Rank guard would be enough to handle those lesser Necros. But some bastard defeated that night.
I did it.
So it was you, you nasty... That's why I came all the way here to work on this stuff.
What does a barrier generator do?
Well, in theory, it interferes with the Necros' cognitive abilities, preventing them from sensing this area.
In theory.
Why would you do that?
Many of my clients live in this parish, and I'd lose a fortune if they were all killed by the Necros. But things will change once I build the weapon designed for wiping out Necros. I should never have added such an annoying function in you. You managed to take out that knight. Maybe you'll be interested in making a deal with me.
A deal?
Oh, no, not that kind of deal. Look, I'm investigating the powers behind the Church and the Necros.
The powers behind them.
Exactly. Those things don't just appear out of nowhere. They're cutting-edge techniques and those spells. There must be powerful entities behind them. I want to uncover the truth. That's why I need your help. And don't worry, I'll reward you generously. I've mastered some of their techniques over the years. With them, you'll become stronger. Consider this a deposit and a gesture of goodwill.
Ah, you're so stingy.
What do you need me to do?
If there are other powers behind the guards and the Necros, there must be evidence of communication. I've analyzed a lot of their wreckage and found spell fragments. However, I hardly got anything useful from those lesser units. You're carrying that knight's crystal nucleus, right? Please let Assis analyze it.
Wow. This totally outshines the Doctor's work for ages.
Well, that's just... great. I need the nuclei from advanced units. To be more specific, I only need the information from those nuclei. As for the nuclei themselves, Assis will turn them into something more useful. Just give me a second. How's that? Not bad, huh? If you come across any special nuclei, just bring them to Assis.
I see.
Then, I'll be relying on you. I've got work to do. See you next time. I've got work.
Greetings, stranger. What kind of trouble will you bring me today? You are wasting our...